Hola, creepos. Did you know that Hackamania is coming up May 9th through 11th, everybody?
Yeah, it's just 2 months away.
I am really excited to be going to Las Vegas again. I've already been working on the show. We have some great guests lined up, some great new fun segments lined up for the live audience. I hope you'll come and be a part of it.
You know what else we're going to be doing actually next month, Vinny?
No.
Dabble House.
I'm aware.
You will be there.
I'm going to be there.
The whole WATP crew will be there. The Uncle Rico show will be there. The Kate Meany the Tape Season 2 will be unveiled. And you can go to dabblecon.live to pick up tickets to the live stream.
That'll be fun for everybody. I can't wait to hear what old drunk wet brain had to say this time.
I know. I'm actually very excited about it.
It's going to be pretty silly. But let me remind you again, hackamania.com for your tickets for Vegas. Use promo code CREEP. Save 10% off. I believe it is time for us to start a show.
Let's do it.
Attention parents, what you're about to see is not suitable for kids. Shoot, it's not even suitable for some grown-ups. You might want to walk away now if you ain't into these type of things.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
I'm going to deliver the goods because I'm alive and I'm not backing down.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
On down to San Antone.
Hola, creepos. Welcome to another episode of your favorite true crime podcast, the show about creeps by creeps for you creeps. I'm your host. My name is Vinny, and joining me in studio today, he's back, and he's better than ever. He's back. It's Karl Hamburger, everybody.
What is happening, Vinny Paulino? Nice to be back with you on the Creep Off proper. Of course, we did have a bonus show on Friday.
That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, especially when you didn't tell Chris that we weren't going to be at this studio. And he showed up here to meet up with us. And then we were at my house.
It's a pretty good prank.
That's pretty funny.
Pretty good prank.
It's a good way to start the show.
You know, speaking of bonus episodes, we should remind everybody this is a contest before we get into all this stuff. The show is a contest. Today, Karl and I are going head to head in a battle of creeps. Karl, explain to people how the rules work.
Vinny and I will present who we think is the biggest creep in San Antonio today. And you find folks who are watching or listening will go to thecreepoff.com to vote for who you thought brought the bigger creep. Once somebody wins 5 episodes, they win the round and the other person has to spin the dreaded wheel of consequences. I currently have a consequence that I need to fulfill, which is watching Joker 2 3 times in a row.
Been meaning to discuss that with you.
And live streaming it.
Been meaning to discuss that with you.
Okay.
I would offer you something here just for funsies.
Okay.
I yesterday had the pleasure of listening to the newest episode of This Little Piggy, and I heard you all discussing how watching a 4.5-hour episode of Steel Toe
Yes.
would be really, really terrible to do.
I said that'd be a funny consequence. I had to actually watch an entire episode of the Steel Toe Morning Show,
Sure.
Something I've never done.
But here's what I'd offer you. If you want to trade out and you don't want to watch the Joker 3 times, you could watch 3 full episodes of Steel Toe Morning Show, and they don't have to be consecutively.
No. I'm watching the Joker. I'm watching the Joker 3 times. I can't do that, man.
Oh, man. I know it's going on the wheel for the next one,
I
though.
can't do that. That'd be too depressing.
It's going on the wheel for the next one. So, Karl, last week you were not here. Lucy Tightbox from Once Over with Kaylee did a fantastic job filling in with you.
Yes, you did.
Filling in for you. And I really enjoyed having her on, except for the fact that all the simps on this show always fuck me over when we have a guest on. And here to tell us how badly I got fucked, it's our lovely results girl, Danny.
Danny, reading results so dandy. Please won't you post that fanny all over the Patreon. Danny, that body's so uncanny. Voice smooth like lemon shandy. Oh yeah, she's my creep girl.
Hi guys.
Danny?
The baby is a little bit talkative and also has hiccups, so you'll probably hear her.
Oh, you should try to scare her.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah. Explain to her how Social Security won't be around when she's
Yeah.
like ready to retire.
Not that type of scare, Vinny.
Scary.
Not that type.
Okay, Danny, how bad did I get
love
raped?
this is exciting today because Danny's here. I always love when Danny's here, but when Danny's here, there's a possibility that I'm going to lose. Not today. There's no chance I'm going to lose today. This is great.
You won last week too, so
I know. I'm feeling good right now, Danny. Feeling really good.
okay. Well, we had creeps who inspired movies last week, and 79% of the vote
Fucking
goes
9%.
went to Lucy Tightbox and Gertrude. Congrats, Lucy.
I'm sorry.
You
What was
probably-
that?
Fucking 79%.
Wow, she did a much better job than you last week, Vinny.
No,
You got to up your game,
she
my
didn't
friend.
do a much better job.
You gotta up
She
your
did a
game.
good job, but she didn't do that much of a better job. And if this was done on the merits, I'm pretty sure I would have won.
Maybe
The only thing that happened was a little girl got kicked in the twat a couple times.
Maybe it should just be me and Lucy on this show. Do you want to like move into more of a producer role on this show, Vinny? Like where you just let us use your studio, get everything set up for us. We just show up and do it.
No.
I mean, you can be on mic a little bit.
I hope a bus hits you both. Danny, thank you so much for giving us the results. Please take care of that baby. At least she's not hungry, right, Carl? At least that baby's not hungry.
That baby's never hungry.
Baby's never hungry.
Always satisfied.
At Danny Desolation on Instagram. Thanks for swinging by and giving us the bad news. It's always lovely to see you.
Great to see you,
next
Danny.
week. Motherfucker. 79%.
That's hilarious.
None of you could stand that many people.
So the only votes you got were the ones that you always ask your friends and family who don't watch the show to go in and put in. That's pretty pathetic.
Doesn't happen. I don't do.
It's pretty pathetic, if you ask me.
Motherfucker. All right. I should remind everybody it's Super Chat Monday.
It is Super Chat Monday. We are celebrating here on the Creep Off, and you can be celebrating with us. And we have some people who are doing that.
Now, I want to start off by just saying hello, Saudi Homer. Thanks for becoming a new member of the channel. And also, I would like to thank Saudi Homer.
Look at this.
For gifting 5 Creep Off channel memberships.
That is awesome. Thank you, Saudi Homer. Of course, if you just were gifted a membership, you can watch us do our bonus shows every Friday at noon, and we leave them up afterwards as well.
Now, I have to tell you guys, we have a big one coming up this week. We just did sorry, Carl, I got to figure out where I put it. I had to reboot the computer before the show started, so everything's in the wrong place. We did a poll to find out who we should be covering for our next bonus episode for the next induction to the Creep Off Hall of Fame, and there is a clear winner, Carl.
Is there? Okay, I've not looked at the poll yet.
Now, here's who we had on there. New Jack, for you pro wrestling fans who know who New Jack is, that is a phenomenal episode. Carl, you would love it, okay? We had Carl Panzram, a turn of the century maniac rapist who ran around town raping everybody he could find and killing them. We had a bunch of other people. And then the winner, we had we had Suge Knight on there.
Right.
Suge Knight was on there. And the winner, a guy that we talk about a lot, who's getting his official induction. Diddy's going in on Friday.
That's exciting. I feel like we've covered Diddy quite a bit, but there's allegations going back to the 90s.
And that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to start at the beginning.
Shooting a woman in the face. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on with Diddy.
Yeah, agreed. Hunter Duke, thanks for the $4.99. Vinny, what happened? You replaced a good-looking gal with great cans for a clubfoot snaggletooth. Vote Vinny. You're the true talent of the show. I know.
Hunter Duke. Stop it.
That's what I tell everybody. I've been trying to tell you this whole time. Joseph Collins, thanks for the $9.99. Carl and Vinny are the Creep Off Kings.
Thank you very much, Joseph Collins. We appreciate the support, and we appreciate you celebrating this very important holiday with us. Super Chat Monday.
And Icon Buckets. Vote Icon Buckets for biggest creep in San Antonio.
Oh, we're doing your hometown, huh?
Look at that. So today, let's start. Let's see. Let's start with a competition. Carl, you won the last time you were here, so that means you get to go first. Why don't you ring that bell and let's do it?
All right, so we have the creepiest person out of San Antonio.
Tell everybody why.
Well, I was in San Antonio last week. That's why I wasn't on the show.
Yeah.
I was in the San Antonio airport when you guys were recording. I was watching from the airport lounge.
Okay.
So Vinny thought, hey, why not celebrate your fantastic trip out there to Texas by celebrating all of the creeps that live there? And I said, yeah, in fact, I want to talk about this guy, Johnny Avalos. And he has a fun little nickname, the San Antonio Strangler.
Huh.
Play my clip number 1, Vinny. We'll get a sense of what this guy's been up to.
She was a very good daughter. We miss her a lot.
Natalie Chavez was only 15 years old when she ran away from home. She was gone for a few months and was never reported missing by her mom or her stepdad.
The teen's body was found the next morning at 10 a.m. under a bridge near the intersection of Veracruz and Nueva Leon Street. SAPD said she was found naked, the medical examiner saying her cause of death was strangulation. Police started looking for who was responsible for Natalie's death. They had one big help in the case, DNA. That's what led them to then 28-year-old Johnny Joe Avalos.
Johnny Joe Avalos. Okay, now what was those streets? What was the intersection that happened at again, Carl?
I don't know.
Could you repeat that for me?
I definitely could not.
Okay. I also got to tell you,
Yes.
plastic flower shrines under a bridge doesn't feel like a fitting tribute to a beautiful girl with a lovely face piercing at 15.
It's a 15-year-old runaway, Vinny. That's what she gets.
Okay.
That's what she's going to get. So she ran away. She was gone for a couple months, and then she encountered this guy, Johnny, on December 18th, 2014. He raped and fatally strangled Natalie to death and then dumped her naked body under the Veracruz Street Bridge over Apache Creek on San Antonio's west side. In April, they finally connected. You heard the report that they had DNA evidence because this guy is an idiot and has to finish inside the girl. So they finally connected Johnny through the DNA. He had been arrested several times before for making terrorist threats, criminal mischief, and possession of a controlled substance. So they were able to get a match on that. And he claimed, he goes, hey, guys, I paid her for sex. I mean, she's a prostitute. I didn't kill her.
Yeah.
I paid her for sex. In fact, I think she said she enjoyed it. I don't know if she said that to all her clients, but she thought I was pretty good.
Last time I checked, I know that's illegal, but I did pay extra to dump that load in her.
That's right. Yes. She was actually against it, but an extra 20. She's like, all right, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
They'll pay for it. Johnny was born on December 1st, 1986, and was an intellectually disabled man who worked as a dishwasher in a restaurant near downtown San Antonio.
Yeah, don't ever trust them. The slow dishwasher, they're always up to something.
Well, this guy's definitely up to something because what he would do is when he get out of his shift at work, he'd start stalking women, just walking around the streets of San Antonio, stalking women. And when they finally found his DNA with this girl, they started putting some pieces together. My clip number 2, we're going to find out
all off of the dishes at the restaurant.
my clip 2, we're going to find out he had a very busy 5 months.
Oh no,
this Johnny.
It took a year and 7 months, but finally Bexar County District Attorney Nicola Hood handed down in 2 indictments alleging Avalos had killed 4 women between December 2014 to April 2015.
His victims were Natalie Chavez, 15, Rosemary Perez, 28, Celia Lopez, 29, and Genevieve Ramirez, 46. The indictments say Avalos asphyxiated each victim with his hand and arm, also using plastic bags on 3 of them. It was later revealed in court Avalos' killing stretched back to October 2012. His first victim believed to be 25-year-old Vanessa Lopez. She was found in the San Antonio River and a portion of Mission Reach.
So this guy's just raping these women, strangling them to death, leaving them in rivers and all over the place. And finally they went, I think it's all this Johnny guy that's been up to this.
And, I'm going to go ahead and say something that I wouldn't normally say. That's a pretty good looking dude. He looks like kind of a slow-witted Rob Lowe.
Oh, yeah. We're going to find out in the Scum parade today that homeless guys are married these days. I mean, this guy could still be getting some real tail as a dishwasher.
It's astounding.
All right. So my clip number 3 here. You're probably wondering, well, 2012, he murdered someone, and then he had those 4 murders that stretched those 5 months between 2014 and 2015. What was he doing all that time in between? He wasn't very successful, but it doesn't mean he wasn't trying.
Oh, no.
He claims at least 20 other women he tried to attack got away. In court, Avalos pled guilty to the capital murder charges against him and was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
That's a bad numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Those are some
That's really
bad
bad.
numbers.
Over 20 girls got away. He was trying to kill everyone. He couldn't pull it off, though. He probably needed some more weapons or something.
Yeah, Johnny Avalos sucks.
As part of his plea deal, he was forced to admit to all 5 murders, including that 15-year-old girl that he claimed to just be having sex with. He did confirm that he did murder her and all the other gals as well. So that is my creepiest person from San Antonio, the San Antonio Strangler, who is serving life in prison with no possibility of parole.
Huh. Okay. Carl, normally I would tell you that's a pretty good creep. Normally I would say that. But this week I have someone who did the entire planet a disservice.
Okay.
Back in 1995. My creep today, I'd like to introduce you to her. Her name is Yolanda Saldivar. This is her right here.
Okay.
You see, this neither attractive nor charismatic, short, pudgy, registered nurse from San Antonio, who happened to be a dumpy, emotional vampire with delusions of grandeur, who sunk her, what I assume are sausage fingers, into the up-and-coming musical sensation Selena. She is the scummiest creep. One of the weirdest stories I've ever heard, Carl. And I don't know if you know the details about this. We all know who Selena was.
So, I mean, what's the interesting part?
You see this beautiful woman here?
I do.
This
Vinny,
super
I do.
talented, beautiful woman.
And you know what? Thanks to your creep, we will only see her as a beautiful woman in her early 20s. She won't turn into Madonna one day, just old and disgusting. So that was a great favor this woman did for her.
No, it's a terrible disservice, Carl. And I would argue that it is this woman's fault that any of us know who the fuck Jennifer Lopez is.
Oh, shit. That's a pretty good argument.
This bitch is the reason why we all fucking know who J-Lo is. Jenny from the Block would never have fucking happened
This is the
if
opening
it wasn't
she
for
needed.
this dumpy twat. Okay? Before she met Selena, this woman in this picture, by the way, that we're looking at is 32 years old.
Oh, wow.
Let's start there. Okay?
32 Mexican years.
Correct.
Yeah, those are long years.
She was a 30-year-old loner who lived with her mother for most of her life until 1990. She had like no friends at all. She worked as a nurse. She became a registered nurse. And by all reports, she was not a good nurse. She was a Selena super fan. When she got her first apartment, Carl, she put out a want ad to find a roommate. And one woman took her up on it, moved into the house, and was so skeeved out by the amount of Selena merchandise and pictures and posters all over the entire house that the woman moved out within a week.
So is she like gay for Selena or something? Is she diddling herself to these posters? What's she doing?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Because her music's not that good, right? What's the big Selena hit? Do you know?
Fucked if I know.
Yeah, okay.
Fucked if I know. Now, this is around the
Oh,
time.
way to do your research. You couldn't even figure out whether her big hit was.
I Will Always Love You. I don't know.
Definitely not. Okay, keep going.
Me llamo Selena. I don't know what it
See, if you would have just said that, I'd be like, all right, yeah, cool.
This time around, she approached Selena's father / manager, Abraham, about setting up the formal fan club for Selena. And this broad did a good job with it. She got about 1,500 fans signed up for $22 each over about 4 years.
Okay.
And you got to remember, until Selena died, she was not famous in America. She was mainly famous in like Texas and parts of Mexico.
I like that you said she wasn't famous in America. She was only famous in Texas.
Well, like
It's
nationally.
a different country. I got you. I got you.
They'd like to be.
They would like to be, actually. Yes.
Yeah. So she's doing an all right job with it. And they decided that, you know what we're going to do? Because Selena's doing so well and Selena's starting her own fashion line. And by fashion line, I mean t-shirt shop where she sells printed t-shirts with pictures of herself on it. Okay. She's got a new fashion line and boutique. They end up putting her in charge of the stores. Okay. She's also controlled the singer's business checking accounts for some reason.
That's weird.
She's like some type of manager, and she has keys to Selena's house. So, long story short, Carl,
please.
One of the guys who worked there, his name was Martin Gomez. He was a costumer. He would like make Selena's costumes and stuff. They shared an office.
Do they call that a costumer?
I guess.
Really?
Yeah. they shared an office and
designer or something, costume designer. Costumer sounds like a weird title. I'd feel weird about that.
Well, I think Martin Gomez is fine with it.
All right.
He shared an office with this fucking troll, and he would she hated him, and she was very rude and mean to him all the time.
But that's why she's so funny on It's Always Sunny. Oh, this is a different person.
Ladies and gentlemen, my creep, Joyce Melendez.
All right, I'm voting for you.
She would come back. He would put costumes and stuff together, and he'd be sewing stuff, and he'd come back and the seams would all be cut out and ripped. She would just fuck up this guy's work.
Nice.
Just because she didn't like him. She was very, very possessive of Selena, very, very possessive of her time, very stalkery and creepy, but she was right there in the inner circle, and everybody had blind eyes to it until the father was reached out to by several people who joined the fan club who never got their T-shirts, their CDs. They never got
Why
their
did you
shit.
say so, man? All right, yeah, vote for Vinnie then.
She's ripping off the fans.
Ripping off the fan club? She's not even sending out CDs?
Right. So
it's like an April Imholt of the creep off.
Then you know what happens, Carl? All the people working these boutiques aren't getting their paychecks, and their paychecks are wrong. There's all these checks that are going out. So now the father's involved, and he's looking at everything, and he realizes there's $60,000 missing.
Oh, okay.
And that's not great.
That's not
obviously. If the Isotopes had $60,000 to start with and it was missing,
I'd notice.
You would probably murder Sly or Chris or Admiral Awesome.
I would certainly notice.
You would slice one of their throats wide open. Now, this thumb of a woman denied all of this. They had a meeting with her in early March of 1995, and she said, everybody's trying to make me look bad. They're all piling on me. Everybody's being mean to me, Selena. It's not me.
Yep.
It's everybody else. I don't know where the money is. It was probably that Martin Gomez never finishing his shirts on time.
Believe all women is what I say.
Yeah.
She's probably telling the truth.
So they said to her, listen, here's the deal. We're accusing you of embezzlement, and we are about to file a police report. We need to see all of the financial records, and we need to see them now.
Okay.
So she's like, okay, I'll go get them. Just give me a little time to put everything together. Well, for some reason, they're talking about opening a new boutique in Monterrey, Mexico. This woman, first thing she does before she skips town is buys a Snub-Nose 38.
Okay.
Goes down to Monterrey, Mexico with all of the business records for some reason.
Well, because you wanted to prove their innocence, of course.
No, she says, oh, I'm just going down there to look at the new boutique, but she took all of the business records with her. They're trying to find all of this stuff. They're trashing the offices. And she's just going, I'm sorry. I'm busy working on the new place. I can't be there. So she's just gaslighting everybody. She finally comes back to town, and they find out she's staying at a Days Inn. So Selena, beautiful, beautiful, innocent Selena, and her husband go to this hotel to go get these files back. They get a bunch of them from her.
Why did they send Selena on this job?
Because, listen, dude, she's not that famous.
Okay.
She's like a mid-tier act who's gaining fame.
Right.
So this is
so
her
it didn't matter if
business.
someone offed her. I agree with you. Yep. Good point.
It didn't matter, Carl.
Good
It mattered
point.
to all of us. So long story short, this bitch hid a bunch of the files so that Selena would have to come back.
Okay.
This is a tiring, manipulative twat, everybody. She is the worst. And I'm going to give you the last example, apart from the murder, of why this woman is so awful and you should vote for me. When Selena arranges to go back and get the rest of these papers, it's a Friday morning, the day of the murder. She shows up and she goes, why didn't you give me the papers the other night when I was here? Why do I have to come back here for all this shit? And she goes, Selena, I couldn't tell you in front of your husband. It was so bad. When I went down to Mexico, when I was in Monterrey, I was raped.
Oh, boy.
A man raped me, Selena.
I mean, that probably is true, but I mean, still, who cares?
And Selena, trying to be a nice person, drives her to the hospital to get checked out.
Okay.
She spends the whole fucking morning with this fucking woman. Oh, I was raped in Mexico. And the doctors come back and they're like, listen, we did a rape kit and no one even accidentally fucked this woman.
This woman hasn't gotten fucked since before I was born. So it definitely not.
She's
a problem.
34, Carl. This is a 34-year-old woman.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
She's in her 60s.
No, Carl. I'm telling you. So she goes back to the hotel in the car. Selena's going, I can't believe this shit. Why are you lying about being raped? What the fuck? You're lying about everything. So they get back there. She goes to give her the papers, and she says, listen, you fucking lunatic. You're fired. You are very fired. And then she goes, I want that gold ring back that all of us employees gave you. I want to have that ring back. And Selena's like, fine. So she goes to take it off. That's when this little dump reaches into a person, pulls out her snub nose. Selena fucking runs for her life out of the hotel room, which opens up into a courtyard. People watch fucking Danny DeVito come running out with the gun, and she's going,
I started blasting. Bang, bang.
Fucking got her right in the shoulder and fucking went right through an artery. She bled out and died within an hour.
Ooh.
And just in case anybody's wondering, she got to the hotel lobby and they said, who did this to you? She goes, it was Yolanda. So, you know, that was her last words. Yolanda did this. And she became the most hated woman in Texas and Mexico. They fucking hate her down there. She's got 30 years to life in prison. This was 1995. She was sentenced. She's up for parole right now.
Right, yeah.
I was reading articles about this. They've had to keep her in protective custody because there are bounties out on her fucking head in the jail because of what she did to Selena.
Because of all these simps.
No, because they all hate Jennifer Lopez, Carl. They all hate J-Lo. Geely, where do I start?
All right.
Every romantic, stupid comedy with that woman that your girlfriend made you go see would never have happened if this bitch could have just been thankful for the job she got. She got her dream job, and she was just so toxic and awful that she made everyone around her crazy. She stole, and then she robbed the world. That's my creep this week. Go to thecreepoff.com and vote for Vinny, please.
All right. A great presentation, Vinny. I think we should get caught up on our Super Chat Monday celebration.
Oh, boy.
Very exciting things happening in the Super Chat.
I come buckets confessing here. Thanks for the $2. I am the San Antonio Strangler. Only one victim daily.
I think I know what he's strangling.
Did 20 of them get away first, though? Labyrinth Mystic, thanks for the $5. Sorry, Vinny, I didn't vote during yes because I'm here for the personal rivalry of you two. I've seen some creeps in Texas, but never San Antonio.
No, it's all good people in San Antonio.
5 out of 25 for Carl's guy. What a loser. Weak numbers.
Yeah, but he was trying, and then he got better at it. He improved over time.
This is terrifying. Beef drippings, thanks for the $2. Said Clay Dabbler just said SJ is his Selena. Danger.
Yeah, I think Clay's in the chat. What's up, Clay?
The great dang lizard. It's really difficult to get stamps to send merch.
It is. The stamps are the hard part.
I get it. Rocco or B 2002, thanks for the $5. Saldivar gets to apply this year for parole. If she gets it, a creep off consequence should be wearing the Selena shirts in front of her halfway house.
That's fun. I mean, I can pretend that she owes me merchandise still when I sign up for the fan club.
Disqualification ? Yolanda was born in San Antonio, but all this happened in Corpus Christi. Well, the murder happened in Corpus Christi, but Yolanda lived in San Antonio the whole time.
Yeah, it's just from San Antonio.
Yeah. I don't know how to say your name.
It's
thanks for the $1.99. Vinny, Carl said he hopes you get the HIV. Just wrong. Is that true, Carl?
This guy reading my inner thoughts. That's fucking creepy.
Carl's just sitting there going, man, I hope this fucker gets AIDS. I really do.
Hi, Carla.
Hey, Clay Dabbler.
Hey, Clay.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Come on, Point Dabble Point today, Clay. We're going to do a show at 4:00 on my channel.
You guys are still doing that?
Fuck yeah, we're still doing that. We got Dabble House in a month.
That makes sense. Well, you know what we have right now, Carl?
I do know what we have.
I can't wait to see Carl's cop cam fight with the cops for no reason. Will you please show me Carl's cop cam? Lose all your rights. Ruin your life.
We got a fun cop cam today, Vinny. Everything went down last June, and you know, I should look up. Let me look up who sent this in.
Okay.
It's from our boy Matthew Montgomery again.
Thank you, Matthew.
Matthew finds a lot of good ones. We appreciate that. So I'll let the clip itself set this up because it does very well.
Yeah, why would you do the research yourself?
In June 2024, a Dairy Queen in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, was notified of an online food order exceeding $200. Shortly after, a woman called the store to report fraudulent use of her credit card after receiving a bank alert about an unauthorized transaction at Dairy Queen. Moments after the phone call, 3 individuals entered the Dairy Queen. One of them, later identified as 17-year-old Shamar, was wearing a mask and presented his phone displaying the online order. However, the store refused to hand over the food, choosing to wait for the police to arrive. Shamar and the other 2 individuals returned to their vehicle, unaware that police were nearby observing them as Dairy Queen employees exited the store and pointed toward their car.
So this is hilarious. You got this 17-year-old kid. He's got a stolen credit card. So he's like, oh, sweet. What do you want to get with this? Dude, we could get the most expensive food. We could get Dairy Queen. Oh, yeah. And they order $234 worth of Dairy Queen, which is like, if you remember early Family Guy, where Peter Griffin gets all this money, and so they order 2,000 chicken fajitas because you can buy an expensive meal.
Right.
It's the same kind of mentality that we're talking about here.
$234 in Dairy Queen.
How's that possible? A cheeseburger there is like, what, $3? How's that possible?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know the last time I've been to a fucking Dairy Queen. Do we even have them here?
We do, actually. Yeah, Jefferson Road.
Oh, okay.
I think it's still there. I've never eaten at one myself.
Yeah.
So these kids, they order online with stolen credit cards. They come in to pick it up. They're like, no, we're not making this food for you. So then the police get the description of the vehicle. They start following him for a little bit, and then he finally engages, pulls the kid over, and we're going to see what happens.
Here we go.
As Chamar's vehicle came to a halt, one of the passengers suddenly exited and ran for his life.
Driver, put the vehicle in park. Stay in the vehicle. Stay in the vehicle! We got one running. Eastbound, I'm with the car. Southbound, 6-5 from Meineke. Black male, black top, black pants. I'm with the vehicle right now. 206 is going after him. Driver! Open the window now!
While ordering the driver to exit, he noticed the brake lights activate before the car suddenly fled the traffic stop.
No, Chamar, no!
All right. So I got to say, first off, the kid getting out and just booking, good for him, run to freedom. But this cop, then, the way he handles this, is this what you're supposed to do, is pull your gun out and point it at the car? Seems drastic, doesn't it?
When the other guy ran out,
yeah,
you assume that there might be a bigger problem. So I would say that is probably erring on the side of caution at that point.
All right.
Because you don't know if the guy's going to jump out of the car and start shooting at you. You don't know.
You don't know that anytime.
But when you see the car doors open, when you're telling people stay in the car and they're not following your orders, you have to protect yourself.
True. That is true. All right. Well, you saw that the car drove off. So this copper gets back in his car and the chase is on.
Black guy with the dilly bar. Let's light him up, boys. Reserve Officer Pete is drunk at the airport, sir. Thank you for that. That made me laugh. All right.
Northbound 6-5 from Meineke. We're through north, or through right northbound. Speeds are 56. No traffic. Driver smoking up fins. Coming up the center right now. Stand by.
As Chamar and the 12-year-old female passenger drove through an intersection, they crashed into another vehicle.
Whoa!
At 6-5 in center. I have to leave it.
All right, so they hit this car in this intersection. The car gets turned around. Their van is fine, so he's still going.
Oh, it's a nice fucking Acura too. Son of a bitch.
I know, it's a cool color. And so the cop has to get out and attend to this guy now. So these kids, one of the kids went running off. The other kids went driving away. They're getting away from all of this.
This guy is just trying to be on a date with his 12-year-old girlfriend. It's awful.
Trying to take her to a nice meal at Dairy Queen. Trying to impress her.
Money is no object today, baby.
Right, yes.
Hop in the Kia.
You only want
While
3
the officer
milkshakes?
stopped the rent.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, keep Let it go.
While the officer stopped to render aid, another pursued Chamar as he continued driving recklessly through the city. However, the officer eventually lost sight of him and terminated the pursuit. As an assisting unit responded to the area, he happened to encounter Chamar's vehicle.
4960 Lloyd.
He got away. And for whatever dumb reason, he didn't just like pull into a driveway or something and hide. He was still driving around.
Oh, this is a child.
Yes, this is a dumb move right here.
Stupid child.
He actually got away. Hitting that car in the intersection was the best thing he could have done to avoid getting pulled over by the police. All right, so now we have this other cop found him. So we start the chase up yet again in my next clip. There he goes. All right. Let's go.
I have it eastbound on Lloyd. I'm going to be going northbound on 5-9. Technically a one-way, no other traffic.
Going the wrong way and a one-way here.
Speeds are about 50, continuing northbound, coming up to Garfield. And Adam William John, 8546, still northbound on 5-9, coming up to north. Eastbound on north from 5-9, I'm right on it. Speeds about 30.
Well, that's going to increase now. He's flying.
Eastbound on north, coming up to 5-5. Passing in oncoming traffic, we're through the green.
Whoa! This kid's a good driver. Holy shit,
he's not bad.
He's weaving through all the traffic. He's going down the wrong way in a one-way and maneuvering through cars.
There was part of that where he came very close to clipping a car on a turn and he missed it. I was like, damn, that was tight.
Yeah, and this is not like the easiest vehicle to drive. A big van. He's cruising around and he's killing it.
Hey, listen, we got to shout out Labyrinth Mystic, who just gifted 5 Creep Off channel memberships. Thank you, brother.
That's well done, Labyrinth Mystic. Thank you very much for that. If you were granted a membership, remember you can watch the bonus shows every Friday at noon Eastern time or anytime after then. We leave them up under the live tab or membership tab.
That is accurate. All right. So what happens next?
All right. So now a brand new chase begins. This chase was going on for a while, I should tell you.
So westbound on 90 from Sherman, speeds are about 50.
It's pretty fast for a residential neighborhood.
Yeah, this is definitely the suburbs.
And then, right into a light pole. And they're out.
Oh, shit. Those were children that jumped out of that car.
Yes. Now, Vinny, what's crazy about all of this, I didn't think the police would actually pursue this, especially in a neighborhood like this. You could have a kid run out into the street or something. It's very dangerous to have a high-speed pursuit, right?
Yeah, well, cops in the suburbs are bored.
I'm glad they did. This is fascinating. This is very exciting footage that we're getting. So now the two kids are out and they're running. I like that when he hit that pole, though. That pole went right down.
That was kind of great.
That was pretty sweet.
I would love to see the front of this car because I have a feeling that pole went all the way up to the driver's side or went all the way right up to the windshield.
He was driving really good up until that point. He finally just lost concentration, couldn't do it anymore because they were going pretty fast down that street. All right, my next clip here. It's taser time, baby. Wait, is this
about 35?
That's the one we just played, right? Yeah, that's the one we just played.
Huh. Okay, sorry, buddy. End of the road.
Unless I messed it up.
You went westbound in foot pursuit, westbound. I'm a fucking patient. Get on the ground.
Oh, got him.
Get on the ground.
While one officer captured the passenger, the other pursued Chamar until a fence defied the law of gravity.
Get on the ground. Roll with him. Roll over. Do it. Give me your back.
Look at Chamari taking over this 4-foot fence.
Fatty.
Fatty.
I don't care how old you are. Shut up.
So that's a girl who's 12. That's why they're blurring that out. And then Chamar over there, 17. He's running from the cops, and then he gets up to a chain link fence. It's 4 feet. Like, Vinny, even you could get over this thing.
Dude, I could have jumped that fence in 2 seconds. Fuck you.
I
And
know.
that dude's gut got caught on it. That's what happened. And, it's really hard to jump a fence when the whole back of your pants are down.
Yes, not conducive to running from the police. They really got to change up their style. This it's been going on since I was in school. This is funny. So now they have Jamar, and he has a request. He lost something during the chase.
Oh, no.
Could you grab my teeth?
Yep, it's right there.
Could you grab? Hold on.
No, this is it.
Yep.
Negative, I've only saw 2 bail. Are you okay? You injured at all?
No.
You're not injured?
No.
I'm gonna roll you over, okay? You got anything on you, boss? No. You don't have anything on you? Okay. You're not injured at all, okay? Okay, I'm gonna sit you up. Just sit up, all right? Catch your breath.
Can you put that in my mouth?
Is he talking about the Dairy Queen?
I'm not doing anything. Yeah, okay? We're gonna make sure it goes with you.
Now that I'm seeing this kid, the $234 order is less suspicious.
Yeah, it actually started to make sense now. The kid who ran obviously was not going to eat a lot of the food. He was like, yeah, I mean, grab me some fries or something. That's fine.
Yeah.
Vinny, the guy lost his grill. He's asking the cops, can you find my teeth? Can you put my teeth back in my mouth?
You really want him right now?
That's so weird. His grill fell out.
Listen, I would shove it right in his mouth if I was a cop, but I'd make sure to get a big hunk of dirt on it. Right.
Yeah, these police are, well, it's interesting to see, like, this was a pretty crazy pursuit with multiple accidents and things happening, very dangerous pursuit. And this kid just goes, all right, you got me, and walks to the police car. We watched these other videos, like that one we watched on Friday, where they were going to let that woman go, and she argued her way into a felony.
I talked about that with like 3 people this weekend. It was the damnedest thing I've ever seen. The cop says, I'm going to let you slide. She's like, you're letting me slide by just letting someone come and get my car?
Yeah. She's like, you just said you don't have anything that you can get me on. So you're not letting me slide. You just don't have anything you can get me on.
And you know what? I'll kick all your asses.
Yeah, then she started talking about she's going to kick the cops' asses. She turned total Kevin Brennan on him and
man,
did not end well.
Nope.
All right, let's find out the explanation of why this kid drove off during that traffic stop.
He was going to go to a Dairy Queen that wanted his stolen money.
You guys why would y'all up the ground like y'all gonna shoot me? That's why I pulled off. When you first pulled off someone else, you don't just pull the gun out. You don't just pull nobody over up the gun.
There's the van.
I don't got no weapon.
Okay. No. We got information in the car you're in stolen, that's why. Okay.
Look, yep, you'll check that's my mom's car.
Okay. Sounds good.
So his explanation for why he drove off, if you didn't catch it, is that the police officer pulled the gun, like we were talking about before. And he doesn't have a gun, so he thought that'd be an unfair battle. Now, if because he goes, I wasn't armed. Now, if he had a gun, he could have gotten out and shot at the police officer, and it would have been a fair 1v1 event.
Right. So what we have here is a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Jamar's kind of fucking stupid. Let's find out. Now,
fat and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
This is a 17-year-old kid, and we talked about this on the Friday show, bonus show, where all these people just get off with little slaps on the wrists, and they just go on to create mayhem. I'm actually very surprised at how this one turned out, Vinny.
Okay.
In the end, Jamar was charged with felony counts of operator fleeing, eluding an officer, causing bodily harm, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, ×2, second-degree recklessly endangering safety, misdemeanor hit and run, and he was eventually released on a $10,000 cash bond. 6 months later, Jamar was found guilty of 3 felony counts. The remaining charges were dismissed, but read in. The 12-year-old female passenger was charged with fraudulent use of a credit card, party to a crime, and resisting obstructing an officer. As for the unidentified passenger who fled first from the traffic stop, they were never located or identified. Ultimately, Jamar was sentenced to 2 years in the Wisconsin State Prison, followed by 2 years of extended supervision.
Wow.
You know what, though? I noticed that they didn't say he was in possession of a stolen vehicle. Maybe it was his mother's car.
It could have been, yeah. Which she's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
She finds out where he parked it and how he parked it. So yeah, he actually did 2 years in prison, or he's doing 2 years in prison for that crime. I was surprised.
I learned something today. You don't fuck around in Wisconsin, kids.
I do give him credit too for not ratting on his buddy. I never met that kid in my life. I don't know. We were just at the park and he was talking about how he also likes Dairy Queen. So like, oh yeah, get on in. We're gonna go there.
my 12-year-old girlfriend has a stolen credit card. We get a whole lot of Dairy Queen right now. Didn't end well. Carl, I believe it is time for some voicemails from our listeners.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. Congratulations, President Trump, for ending the Russian-Ukrainian war by saying, last one to declare a ceasefire gets Syracuse. See you in Syracuse.
Is that true? Syracuse is part of the Ukraine now?
I hope so. Bomb it! Bomb it all!
It already looks like it has been.
Carl.
Yes.
Did you watch last week's episode?
I did.
Did you see the cop cam?
I did.
That guy was diagnosed with something called oppositional defiance disorder. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, and you guys were talking about that. That's the thing that I think Patrick Michael has, Seamus McKillian.
That makes a lot of sense now.
Doug from the Jingles department actually brought that up to me a couple of years ago when we first started looking into that, dude. It's not a good way to live life.
No, it's not. Here's a voicemail about it.
Hey, this message is for Vinnie. I was actually diagnosed with oppositional defiance disorder. And when I was a kid, I was bad as fuck. I was stealing all the time and getting locked up for stupid shit. And my parents' solution to that was sticking me in boxing. So that turned out to be a pretty good plus. It had turned ODD into a pretty good career in boxing. So if you got the information for steel toe, let's set something up.
Well, as long as you're licensed and registered, sir, and he eventually gets licensed and registered, sure, I would love to do that. I would love to set up a guy with ODD to fight a Aaron and a Mole.
Well, props to the parenting over there, sounds like. Sounds like they actually did it right.
Now, I will say this. It'd be really fun to have the ODD guy in the ring because I would yell things like, don't hit him harder. Whatever you do, do not hit him harder.
He hates that. He hates when you connect right over the middle.
We have a new fun caller calling in. Have you been following the tales of the Olive Garden waitress?
Yes.
All right, she's back.
Hi, Vinny and Carl. This is the Olive Garden waitress. I'm sorry last episode I just ended it off. I was at my other job. I do plumbing during the day.
2 jobs.
Now that makes sense. She serves people terrible Italian food and then takes care of the pipes that they blow up after.
Yes, it's
so it was like getting
synergy.
really loud, so I had to hang up. But yeah, he probably just shat his pants because he ate at Olive Garden. I'm not gonna lie, that Alfredo really be getting you sometimes. But yeah, another weird story happened recently. One of my coworkers got pulled aside by a customer and told that she had like really nice cleavage. Like, I feel like it would be a little less weird if like they said like, oh, nice tits. But cleavage I feel like is a little bit more intimate.
Really?
All right.
Interesting.
Love you, fuck you, bye.
Well, that's a good report. I gotta think it's because Hooters is gone. People have been displaced. There's no more Hooters.
Listen, a guy who says cleavage is too classy for a Hooters.
Well, he's trying to connect in his new environment now.
He just pulled her aside. He's like, hey, I'd like to compliment you on your cleavage. I just want you to know it's
Yeah.
very nice. Thing.
I'm not sure if your tits are great, but that outfit's working for you.
You know what, man? I have an idea. Listener with the greatest cleavage contest.
Speaking of cleavage, I have a voicemail here.
This message is for the creep off. Yeah, Lucy, no offense, but you sounded like an idiot saying that there's dead people on flights all the time. People don't really die on flights. In fact, I wanted to look it up. So a 2013 study by the New England Journal of Medicine did a study between 2008 and 2010. And in that time period, they had 11,920 medical emergencies on 744 million passengers across 7.2 million flights. So out of those 11,920 in medical emergencies, there were only 36 deaths reported. That's 0.3%. It doesn't fucking happen all the time, God damn it. You sounded like an idiot. Carl, fuck you. I'm voting for Vinny. Bye.
This guy makes a lot of good points.
He made a couple of good points there. Then it got weird at the end.
No, he made a lot all the way through. Guy's a genius. Best listener we have. Now back to this cleavage competition. Ladies, what we want you to do is send in the finest pictures of your cleavage and include your Instagram handle. We'll make sure to share them. Just fuck.
But are we, though?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
All right. Here we go.
Hi, Karl and Vinnie. I think I got a fucking, I think I got a bad habit that's going to fucking kill me one day. So I have a habit of challenging guys' testosterone on the road. I don't mean like by eating their fucking cum, right? Eating their dicks out the window. What I'm saying is, if they're tailgating me, I like to let them by and then tailgate them and then fucking chase them down the road like a cop. It's fucking great. I even make the siren noises. Wee woo. Anyway, so I fucking, so I'll yell things out the window and shit. One of these days, somebody's going to have a gun. I'm going to die. But neither here nor there. I'm going to make things interesting for you, Vito.
Who?
Creepiest pedophile.
I
Now you
nominate
both
Vito.
have to pick a pedophile. Fuckers. Captain Blackbird out.
Was he saying that we should pick Vito as our creepiest pedophile? Or
I think
is
he
calling
called
you
me Vito, which is fucking fighting words in these parts, sir. Fighting words. Actually, somebody in the chat, Dwyer Christian, makes a good point. Best WOW creep off. The wow. Remember Whip 'em Out Wednesday, Carl?
I do.
We should just steal that. You still jacked over.
Right. Let's steal everything from those guys.
Yeah, we'll call it Whip 'em Out whenever.
Yeah, it doesn't be Wednesday.
Yeah. We've improved it, actually. Whip 'em out whenever. We'll make creep off stickers.
I wonder if Opie will have anything to say about that.
These guys steal everything from me. They steal everything from me.
It's not a bad Opie. He's really turned into that now.
I didn't watch it.
These low-level streamers.
They're going to watch their weekly show. No one gives a shit. All right. That was fun. I've been working on my voices.
It's good, man.
Thank you.
You're a pro.
Thank you. I'm getting really good at it.
A lot of people ask me, why do you podcast with that amateur Vinnie Paulino? I'm like, no, he's been working on his voices, guys. Tune back in again if you haven't watched it in a while.
Here's my invitation to Carl. I'm Carl. My teeth are fucked up. I'm Carl.
Nobody cares.
All right, let's move on. Carl, I think it's time for a Scum Parade.
Oh, you know what? Before we do that, though,
okay,
let's get caught up on our Super Chat Monday coming in here.
Big Daddy Dodo. Just getting here. What have I missed so far? A lot, Big Daddy Dodo. Thank you for the $1.99. And the one pun, thanks for the $2. Can't wait for the report from Officer Kubia.
I think there's a couple up there that you missed too.
Dang Lizard, the Duke, a one-man show, 6 p.m. Eastern at Dang Lizard. Interesting. Joseph Collins, thanks for the $4.99. For the record, Ozzy was arrested in San Antonio in 1982. It was for public intoxication, not peeing on the Alamo. But you know why we would hope it was because he peed on the Alamo, right? It's a way better
it could
story.
be both. Obviously.
It's a way better story. Labyrinth Mystic, thanks for the $2. $200 plus receipt. It's time to play fraud or fatty.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sure that Dairy Queen does get those that are not fraudulent quite often.
I'm sure. Let's get ready for a Scum Parade, Carl.
Let's do it.
Scum Parade, take me on a raid of these fuck charades that these creeps have made. Scum Parade, Vinny and Carl gonna tell you about some fuck shit. Scum Parade, like stories of a kid fucked by his mom or dad, soaking up the blood of a cat. Scum Parade.
Carl, I got some stories today, pal.
All right.
I just got to find them.
That's right. We had to reboot everything. The computer crashed right as we were going to start today. And,
it's not been great for your pal Vinny.
Made it a little more difficult for Vinny. He was all prepped and prepared.
All right, guys, let's start off at a little place we call Syracuse, New York. This
I've
is
heard of
fun. It turns out, Carl, they actually were screening people trying to get into the country.
Good.
Did you know that they were screening people at the southern border, at the northern border, via cameras?
I did not until I read this article. I had no idea that's how lazy they are, that they're just using a webcam.
Virtual processing, they called it. This guy, Shane Million, he's 53 years old. He pleaded guilty in federal court in Syracuse Friday to 2 counts of deprivation of rights under color of law, according to the New York Attorney's Office. Million was stationed at Wesley Island on the St. Lawrence River in Jefferson County. He was tasked to process immigrants at the U.S.-Mexican border via webcam. Now, in August 2023, Million was taking information from a woman in Eagle Pass, Texas, who was with her 1-year-old daughter. Prosecutors said in court documents he told the woman that her files showed she had a tattoo on her chest.
Okay.
And the woman said, no, that's not accurate. I don't have any tattoos. I don't know why you would have that.
And he said, prove it, bitch.
He said, why don't you lift up your shirt and take off that bra and let's make sure.
You said 1-year-old daughter?
Yeah.
That's peak titty time.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
I'm telling you. If they don't squirt at you.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, you're on a webcam, so you're fine.
Yeah.
Do your worst.
She goes, no, I'm not doing that. He goes, well, I can't approve you going into the country unless you show me your breasts. And so she's like, all right, whip them out whenever.
And then he's like, also, I see in my notes there's a tattoo on your asshole. Is that true? You have a cross?
I love the quote because I'm sure all of this was recorded. She goes, okay, flashes him, and he goes, welcome to the USA.
That's how you hook them. People see that and they're just like, we're importing titties from all over the world here, baby.
Here's a fun one. Later in August, he ordered a woman's husband and children in Eagle Pass, Texas, to leave the room so he could talk to the woman. He did the same thing. He goes, do you have a tattoo on your chest? She's like, no. He goes, well, I got to see.
I want to see what these women look like.
After she pulled her shirt down to show the tattoo on her collarbone, he told her to lift her shirt and bra so he could make sure there were none on her breasts. So she's like, actually, yeah, I do have a tattoo right here. He goes, nah, still gonna have to check. Now I got to check a little bit further. That's probable cause. Your collarbone tattoo is probable cause.
That's true.
For me to search the rest of your chest. So you should know these things. Prosecutor said he similarly ordered other female immigrants to expose their breasts to him. Prosecutor said Milligan used his computer to research Spanish phrases to compel women to expose themselves or to direct them to lift their shirts.
This guy is going so far as to learn a second language. Vinny, there is no amount of horniness that would get me to learn a second language. But this fucking guy wants to look at these Mexican titties so badly. He's like, I better learn Spanish.
Carl,
pull this off.
What are the phrases that he translated? Listen to the shit. For the safety of your pregnancy, I will need you to lift your shirt, please.
Oh, God, I hope he got that wrong. I hope that's not really what he was trying to say.
When he was doing the woman's virtual processing for their admission to the United States, he commanded the victims to expose their breasts. That's what the prosecutor said. That's what he was found guilty of. And he's going to be sentenced on July 7th. And he faces up to 2 years in prison with a fine of up to $200,000.
I think it's really odd that he admitted that he was doing this for his own sexual gratification. Why would you do that? Why don't we just be like, no, I'm just really incompetent and bad at my job?
That's not a bad way to...
Because that's not illegal to be bad at your job. Not yet. Not yet. Wait for Elon Musk to pass some more laws like he's been doing.
I'd like to introduce you to a victim, Carl.
Oh,
not him. He's a criminal.
The plane.
No, he's a real bad criminal. He's a bad criminal, Carl. How did I mess this up now? Okay, I got it.
Kind of looks like my guy.
He does.
Johnny Avalos.
He does, except Johnny Avalos was a very handsome man. Here we go. Here's the real victim, Carl. That's the victim.
Aw. Who would victimize that guy?
I'll show you. This fucking broad.
I got to tell you, man. So this is an article out of the Daily Mail, and we're going to find out what this story is. The Daily Mail loves this.
So much.
Daily Mail wants to write articles like this every day. Can't wait.
She is engaged in. accused of engaging in sexual acts with her dog, openly admitted to lusting after her pet, according to the cops.
Yeah, by the way, I'm glad that she's lusting over the dog that she's fucking. It'd be really weird if she wasn't into it. Could you imagine? She's like, it's a chore, but whatever.
Christina Stokes initially denied making videos depicting her and the animal having sexual intercourse and insisted she was, quote, not fucking her dog. However, when asked directly if she'd ever engaged in sexual activity with the animal, she reportedly paused before responding, I can't say an interest hadn't been there.
Truth wants to come out.
She then hesitated again and asked what would happen next before being taken into custody. The investigation began after law enforcement received a tip on September 24th of 24 regarding videos circulating on pornographic websites that showed a woman wearing a dark half-face mask adorned with feathers and tassels engaging in sexual acts with a dog.
Okay. So there's a guy beating off to bestiality. And then when he's done, he's like, I'm going to report this bitch. What the fuck, dude?
Well, here's what I'm thinking happened.
What happened?
She took the mask off.
Oh.
And he was like, this bitch has got to go away.
That's terrible.
I mean, I'm just looking at this picture and I am going, ugh.
I guess here's the part that I don't understand. I surf the internet all day, every day, like everyone else does too. Never come across bestiality. Never once. It's just like, this website is showing me a girl fucking a dog. It's never happened before. I want to know the guy who saw this video that decided to report it. What was his excuse?
I got to be honest with you. This might be one of those situations where somebody just came across shit where they were looking for something else. Was like, fucking animals involved. I'm reporting it.
Oh, you think that they also host a show called The Creep Off, or just doing research?
Yes. But honestly, that's why someone would report it. People who are into bestiality and find someone who's making bestiality content isn't getting reported.
Right.
So somebody just was probably looking for child porn and they're like, dogs.
Ew, gross.
I will not stand for this. And good question, Dr. Scotty Jones. It turns out the Great Dane was wearing a blue collar.
Oh boy. Wow.
If you want to know what the dog was wearing. According to the affidavit, the woman in the video was partially clothed in pants that exposed her private area. She made out with the dog and performed sex acts with the dog.
I gotta say, a lot of dog owners make out with their dogs.
Yeah.
I just played a video of Bubba doing it this past week.
I have one dog who always tries to lick my face. I push her away so fast.
Yeah, it's not great.
It is not great. Law enforcement identified Stokes through a tattoo visible in the videos, which allegedly matched a tattoo on her Facebook profile.
Okay. That's a really good reason. So I don't have any tattoos.
Yeah.
Vinny.
Uh-huh.
It's not because I want to fuck dogs.
Uh-huh.
But if you do want to fuck dogs, maybe don't get any tattoos.
I think what we should do is we should each get on the wheel of consequences, put a tattoo with your name on it, just in case you ever do commit a crime, you'll get caught quicker.
Can I just get a number on my wrist?
Sure.
Does that have to be my name?
Holy shit, that's an awful thing to do as a creep off consequence.
Sir, do you think that's funny? No, I don't think it's fucking funny at all. I wish I would have won that round. Sucks.
80085.
Oh, you don't like that? We turn it around. Oh, now I get it.
That's funny. During the search, investigators recovered items that matched those seen in the videos, including the blue collar, a mask, striped socks, and specific bedding and furniture. Soaps was subsequently booked into the Oklahoma County Jail, and the case is now proceeding through the legal system.
Got to get a green screen if you're going to fuck dogs, I'm telling you. Look at Big Daddy Dodo's already swapped out his profile pic for this woman.
Oh, did he really?
Who doesn't like dog balls?
That's really funny.
Thank you, Big Daddy Dodo.
So hold on, I got to pull up one other creep here. This is a doozy. I got to show you a picture. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, everybody. Look at this lovely couple, Carl.
Yeah, these two lovebirds.
Here's the problem, man. Google will always fuck you, everybody.
Google is the biggest narc ever in the existence of the world.
Completely correct, Carl.
No, that's not JD Vance.
Yes, it is, actually.
Wired
I want
Christian.
everybody to know that is JD Vance. And Rocco Orby, thanks for the $2, says the dog was asking for it. Good point. Authorities in Texas arrested a man who say they killed his fiance after he asked Google, "Can I kill an illegal human?"
Yeah, Trump was elected, guys. It's a mandate. MAGA.
Because the victim was reportedly an undocumented immigrant. his fiance. Ty Vaughn, 31, is charged with murder in the January 27th death of 27-year-old Luis Banos Norberto. Vaughn is accused of shooting Norberto in the face.
Stop it.
Then moving his body in an attempt to make it look like a suicide.
Wrong.
It happened January 14th at their apartment complex. Now, the arrest affidavit and the details with the allegations against Vaughn claim that he came home shortly after 5:30 a.m. to find Norberto dead. But surveillance video and interviews with neighbors told a different story. Video showed that Vaughn actually returned home shortly after 4 a.m. The affidavit reportedly said neighbors reported hearing a gunshot a few minutes later. Around 4:30 a.m., as Norberto lay dead in the apartment, Vaughn allegedly texted the victim, babe, why are you not texting back? Cops reportedly said Vaughn waited until after 5:30 a.m., some 90 minutes after the murder, to call 911. He told them, my spouse is dead, he allegedly told dispatchers. Help, my life is over. Officers found Norberto's body lying on a bed with a level action rifle up against his arm and a ripped up picture of him and Vaughn nearby. Detectives noted Vaughn kept saying that Norberto was an undocumented immigrant.
So, hey, he killed himself, but also he's here illegally.
He's not supposed to be here
Not
anyway.
supposed to be here, so, I mean, we're probably not going to look into this too much, right? Right? Dude, I could have been the detective on this case. This guy fucked up every way possible.
When they searched his phone, they allegedly uncovered that he searched, can I kill an illegal human on Google?
Can I kill an illegal human? Depends on which state you're in.
Now, the television station called Mr. Vaughn to ask him about it. And he said, police know all the details. When offered condolences, he allegedly replied, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You know, you start dating an illegal and then they go ahead and shoot themselves. Well,
he was arrested on Saturday and he's being held on a $500,000 bond.
Oh, so it is illegal to kill illegal immigrants.
It turns out.
No shit.
Okay.
In
fact, I have a quote from the president. When he was asked if it's illegal, if it's okay to kill illegal humans, he said,
I denounce it.
It's like shocking. I thought he'd be for it. You think you know a guy.
Yep. He's changed his term. Things are different this time around.
Yeah, they're a little weirder. All right, let's talk about this motherfucker. We've seen him enough. Joel Arcaña Sañez. He's 28. He was found guilty of first-degree murder in the brutal killing of 51-year-old James Garcia on June 20th of 2021. The records show a jury convicted him on the felony charge Wednesday following a 3-day trial. Now, he was homeless at the time of this horrible murder.
Okay.
He stabbed the victim 7 times with a small switchblade. The convicted felon also decapitated Garcia, cut off his finger, and proceeded to play soccer with the victim's head following the murder.
Now, I have to say, Vinny.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of fun to take a guy's head and play soccer with it. It's actually not a good soccer ball.
Not at all.
No, it's hard to dribble with it. It's hard to pass. It's very difficult to get the nice curve on it that you want to do when you're getting a corner kick.
But you know, the good news is the goalie doesn't really want to touch it.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So you might get a goal or two.
You might get a goal or two using a human head.
I love that the USA Today has this article and it says contents of this story may be disturbing to some readers. It's disturbing to all readers.
You know what? I like that.
All of this is disturbing.
No.
Like, cut a guy's head off and use it as a soccer ball. They're like, by the way, you might find this disturbing. Yeah, if you don't, you're a psychopath.
I've been lobbying the papers to put that little disclaimer in there because you know what? I'm tired of being called a pussy when I read these articles. Everyone should be disturbed by this. Fuck you. I'm not disturbed by this.
Maybe disturbing to some readers. It better be disturbing to all your readers or else you have some fucking weirdos reading this shit. Aside from Vinny.
I just don't want to be lumped in with the rest of you pussies is my point.
This is disturbing behavior is my point. This is very disturbing.
In 2017, police also charged Sañez with first-degree murder in an unrelated incident, but prosecutors dropped the count after a key witness was unable to testify. At the time of the killing, when he was taken into custody, he told police that he and Garcia had a history and said Garcia previously sexually assaulted his wife.
Okay.
Which is why he did it.
All right. Well,
he told police that on the day of the killing, he and his wife fell asleep sometime, and when they woke up, their belongings were gone. And he said he followed Garcia to a park to confront Garcia and to get his stuff back.
So these guys are
not
living
just to play soccer with his head.
So these guys are like on some Skid Row thing in New Mexico, right? They're just sleeping outside.
Pretty much.
And they take a little nap and no one's watching their stuff. So whatever, cardboard box or the fuck they have is gone. And so what this guy decides to do.
He woke up and his roof was gone.
Right, yeah. Like, what the fuck? So then he decided to stab a guy 7 dozen times
Take off
as a
his head.
result. Geez, I wonder why he's without a home. But how is he married? I don't know that there's a lot of homeless married couples.
Well, they shared a box for about 7 years, and it was common law.
I see.
It was common law.
I've never been invited to a wedding of homeless people.
Oh, buddy, we did it.
Definitely not open bar. Definitely cash bar at the homeless person's reception.
Well, actually, they have a garbage can punch, they call it. It's really rainwater and just whatever they have laid around. They all dump it in there. It's kind of gross. A lot of bugs in it.
Some hobo chili.
It's a lovely reception.
Let's get caught up. We do have, there was one that came in before the one that I had you click on.
I Miss Crow's The Scum Parade song, he says.
Oh, I have that for you.
Cause Vinny's a creep.
That's all you get.
No, come on, play the rest.
That's all you get.
Come on.
That's all you get for $1.99.
Oh, I see what's going on here. That's a good idea. If you want to hear the rest of that song, it'll cost you $2.50.
No, go up to the Big Daddy Dodo, $4.99.
Here we go. Thank you, Big Daddy Dodo. A dude I used to coach kids football with was just found guilty of murdering his wife here in San Antonio. Antonio Guadalupe Contreras is my creep of the week.
No shit.
Well, hold on. What did she do?
Yeah, that's a good question. But it is interesting when you find out someone you used to know was murdering people. It's happened to me a couple times now.
Yeah, it seems like you keep a weird circle of friends.
Oh, yeah, I'm the problem.
It's pretty well documented at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
Carl, thanks for coming and doing an episode with me today. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, buddy.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us for the live show. And thank you for those of you who are listening at home. We hope you'll go to thecreepoff.com and vote. And while you're there, if you haven't yet, head on over to our Patreon. We have a lot of fun stuff going on over there. New episodes every week, as well as your opportunity to vote for who's going in the Hall of Fame and those types of things. And our back episodes. I was looking back at some of them. Dude, we had some doozies. 3 Chris Chan induction episodes.
That's true.
There's the induction of Maddox. There's the induction of Pamper Chew.
Maddox is a double episode.
Chris D'Elia is in there. We've got so many like back Usay Hussein or Uday, whichever one it is. All sorts of crazy stuff. Creepoff.com's got all your links for that.
And Point Devil Point today in about an hour and a half over on Who Are These Podcasts channel. I'll be joined by Adam Bush, Shuley, and I believe Jenny Jingles will be joining us as well.
Maybe I'll tune in now.
All right.
All right, kids. It's nice to be important.
It's more important to be nice.
Good gear. That's not the right one.